Once again, this is Mr. H, and I want to thank the Hot 120 staff for inviting me out to talk on the hot topics. If you know anything about our the new show and the new platform, we have a tendency to discuss the issues that are not being discussed by mass media or that are being ignored in the country. Today, we want to touch as our follow up on violence that is plaguing the transgender community. A lot of our transgender people, brothers who have decided to make the transition to become a woman, are being attacked throughout the country. And one of the most recent attacks is the one dealing with Alicia Love. Now, this doesn't mean that this was the only attack, but this is the one that we're going to go in detail with. Well, Alicia Love is a transgender person who lives in DC. And a couple of days ago, probably about 5 or 6 days ago, she went into a convenience store to, I think she was getting gas or she was going into the store to purchase something. Well, on her way in there, there were probably about 4 to 7 guys outside, and those guys begin to say, comments like he, she, she-male, things of that nature that was derogatory towards her. I believe they allowed her to get into the store, but when she came out of the store, they began to harass her more, and they actually jumped her and robbed her. The question becomes, for what reason? Did they rob her because she was transgender? Did they rob her because of her skin color? Did they rob her because of their phobia toward transgender people? Did they rob her because the climate in the country is becoming anti-transgender, and I believe is also right now becoming anti-gay? I just want to paint, I don't want to paint a picture. I just want to put the facts out there and really see what you say in the comments. The facts are, in different communities throughout the country, transgender women are being attacked more frequently in the last recent year than ever. Now, it's happening in a large proportion in minority communities, but we do not want to exclude the other nationality of transgenders who are facing violence. The other thing about this is this: a lot of times these crimes go unreported for 2 reasons. There's probably more reasons, but 2 reasons that my research shows me is that when the police write the report, they write the report based on the gender that's on the ID of the transgender person. So let me explain that. So if a transgender person is transitioning into a female, where on their license they might be still documented as male. And so when these police reports go in, they go in under male, and it doesn't really connect to the abuse of women. Okay, so the reporting on it is wrong, therefore the numbers might be misconstrued. The other thing is that there's documentation that some of the law enforcement have a tendency to be biased towards transgender. What did you, ask them questions like, what was you wearing? What was you doing? Sort of like victim bashing transgender folk when they are under attack. And so therefore, a lot of people who are transgender, either the incident is being misreported a lot of times, or they're not reporting it because of the harassment that they may face from law enforcement. My research also showed me that transgender people are discriminated when they actually go apply for jobs. So, discrimination, even from governmental sources, is prevalent in transgender communities. The other question is, let me show you the alleged guys who supposedly attacked Alicia Love. And when I say alleged, it's because, I was not there, and, for the sake of the legal reality around it, I say alleged, but law enforcement has actually put out a picture of these guys. So I'm going to show you, just in case you know these guys. If you know them, do what you feel you need to do in reference to letting someone know who these guys are. It's not fair, and so therefore we got to speak on it. And just because the world don't want to speak on it, don't mean we stop. Again, we deal with hot topics, and we don't try to bring your perspective on the topic. We present the facts to the best of our ability on the topic, and allow you to draw the conclusion. It's our job to spark the discussion, to put the issues out there, to put the stuff on the table, and allow humanity, which is society, to come in and help these issues. If these guys did it, I'm gonna say allegedly, they need help. Because what if they see in their future, what if they see transgender people again? They're gonna attack them every time they see them. These guys need help in reference to how they interact with society. The transgender community need help too. They need protection because they're being attacked and murdered, and they're being murdered for deciding to live a lifestyle that they choose to live. Whether you disagree with their lifestyle or not, America, right, quote unquote, is a free country where you're free to determine how you want to live. And so I get it. I understand violence. I understand discrimination. I mean, look at my skin color, and I've been in America for years. I'm born and raised in America, so I know what can happen in reference to violence, violation of civil rights, discrimination, and people not reporting what really happened. So me understanding that, I'll present this topic so that I can create the awareness that need to go around this topic. Transgender people are human beings. They need to be respected as so. And again, like I said, it's interesting that they're also being discriminated against when they go to get jobs, and therefore a lot of transgender people have to turn to the streets to actually survive. So we will begin to discuss more topics on this. We want your comments. We want to hear what you got to say. We want to hear your perspective. I'm also seeking with the Hot 120 staff to actually interview someone from the transgender community where we can actually further push the awareness of these issues. And who better to talk about them than somebody that's living it out day to day. So if you're a transgender person that's watching this, email us, contact us, subscribe, so I can actually interview you and really get to the core of these issues. Please subscribe to our channel. Hit the subscribe button below. Hit the bell so you can be notified every time we post new content. Us putting content on YouTube is one thing, but for you to subscribe, that would really allow us to get more issues out there, get more content out there. You subscribe and it costs you nothing to subscribe. Hit the button and allow us to grow as you partner with us, that we will discuss the issues that are true to you and the issues that are of your concern and the issues that the world wants to ignore because it doesn't fit the agenda of the world. Again, this is Mr. H. I want to thank the Hot 120 staff for allowing me to come and say a few words on a topic that is impacting a lot of people in this world. Peace.